All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the house, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here checking out this piece of gear right over here. It's a Swarovski. This is a BTX. It's a dual eyepiece for the X series spotting scope. You get to check out an extender right over here, 95mm lens, and you get a balance rail, BR it's called, to perfectly balance the your gear basically, and on a tripod, obviously, because this is a heavy piece of gear. And I'm gonna check it out with you guys and just go through some of the features that this piece of equipment can provide. So it's a modular system. You get several pieces right over here. So from the top you see the BTX, which is a modular dual eyepiece for this spotting scope. It's right over here. There is a lock over here which you can just release like so and move back. So you can just hold it back so it doesn't apply pressure to the module. And then you have this button right over here which you can rotate, and you can detach the BTX module, which is this one over here. That is the entrance, and you can mount attachment lenses with or without the extender. So this piece right over here, it was released in 2017, so it's not like the latest piece of gear, but when it came out, really transformed the market, because usually you have one eyepiece and that's going to introduce eye strain and other issues, whereas with this thing, I mean, you just gonna stay and check out what's going on inside these two eyepieces for a very, very long time. This is a beautiful chunk of gear because it's a modular system, so you can kind of build whatever you want. You have several magnification options. You have 30x with the 65 and the 85mm. Right over here you have the 95, and there's another lens which is gorgeous, but it's heavy, big, expensive, and it's the 115mm. And with those two lenses you can achieve 35x magnification option. There was a very, very high demand for high-powered binoculars after the twin telescope model, and then they developed this system right over here. There's pretty much, this pretty much doubles the power of a traditional 15x optics when you need some enhanced game spotting, for example, and it has the clarity that this thing provides is just ridiculous. But what I really love about this thing is the comfort. I mean, you have a headrest which is padded over here, curved. You just, it's of course, you can adjust it based on your facial conformation. And of course, you have the option to adjust your eyes distance over here. You have diopter. I mean, it's really, really comfortable. You have edge-to-edge clarity, and you can really have a very immersive viewing experience. This is outperforming, in my opinion, a lot of traditional eyepieces and one, single eyepiece spotting scope. This is crazy. This can spot really game up to, I don't know, 9 miles away. That's per tech specs. The field of view of this thing is narrower than, of course, a 15x, 15 times optics. This is 1,000 yard is 96 feet. This is best used, of course, if you try to spot something really far away, let's say a mile, there's a little bit of an issue when it's really hot. You can have some mirage, that can affect the performance if it's really, really hot. But because you have this angled design right over here, like so, that's where you get your really comfort while looking at this. It's, you know, overall, it's a lightweight option if you consider. Let me check this guy over here. So this guy is, I want to show you also this fella, tiny, tiny little piece of converter, which has all the magnifications, numbers. You see, the 105 should be here, but you see all the powers, and you can see, where is it? Right over on the lens. You see also you have this these numbers. So basically you match this dot right over here with this dot right over here. You just make sure they are, they are like this, aligned, and then you're gonna see, where is it? Oh, sorry, it's here in the attachment. You see a little triangle, which is going to be aligned. Let's say in this case is gonna be kind of awkward doing it like this. Anyways, it's gonna be, you see, locked in at 95 millimeter, a 60. Whereas usually would be a 35. So this would line up right in between the 30 and 40 with no extender. 35 with the extender is going to be at 60. This is a 1.7 extender, and it creates a very heavy and costly but unparalleled performance system for spotting. So this, I mean, this is really pretty cool advancement in glassing technology. It's a unique advantage if you're a hunter or if you need to spot stuff that it's pretty far away because you don't have any eye fatigue. It's a budget thing, so end up carrying thing, because this thing again is heavy and expensive, but you have a system. You don't have to get the extender. You can get a smaller lens, so all the package is going to be even more compact. I mean, this package gets even bigger if you extend also the hood in the front of the lens. It's pretty cool, actually. Also the balance rail, because it's pretty perfectly designed, combined with this heavy gear, heavy setup. Has 2 points of support, pretty clever. It has an Arca Swiss rail, so you mount this directly into your head, and you just balance it because it's so long, so you can balance it and have a pretty cool leveled, balanced rig. So really, really nice indeed. You have also the option of mounting an ATX or STX eyepiece. So not only you're limited to the BTX, who did the dual, but also you can use this and this with the single straight or at an angle. So again, great system overall. You have lots of options to configure your setup. I want to show you just a little binocular right over here for size comparison. Here you get to see, this is an L, it's a 10 by 42, and that's the size of it. So you get to see what you're carrying around compared to a regular binocular. I mean, it's not comparable, but still, just because you have two eyepieces, I thought it would make sense. The magnification, of course, is a disaster, so don't compare it, of course. But just check this out. Pretty different size indeed, but of course, pretty different capabilities, because this is something that you gotta experience with your own eyes. You look into this thing and you're just immersed into the scene, into what's going on. There is even a very, very cool, I don't know if I can show it to you, but this thing over here is to aim. So if you see, now you see the dot, right? So that's where the spotting scope is actually pointing at, and you have a little bit of a sun rays around. I don't know if you can appreciate that, but that is when you need to eyeball the rough area that you're gonna spot. So you use this little aim right over there. You have diopter compensation up to 5, if I'm not mistaken. You get, of course, your eyepiece cover for the rain, which are held in place by this elastic band. Of course, you can adjust the distance between your pupils. And I mean, it's a gorgeous piece of gear, absolutely phenomenal. Spotting scope with this combo, I would say, is the perfect one, because you have the higher magnification. Of course, the extender will reduce the brightness of the image, of course, like any teleconverter would do to the lens. I would say this is my preferred setup. I looked for a long time, and I decided, because I could only afford one lens, and I decided to go with the 95, because the 115 is massive, is heavy, and it's really expensive. So I had to go, with a little smaller option, but I cannot say that I regret any of the choice that I made in setting this rig up, because it's so satisfactory and satisfying when you look inside this piece of glass that is ridiculous. So my idea, if you guys want, I don't know, let me know in the comments down below if there's any interest. I could take this bad boy out into the woods and try to look for some birds or some wildlife or something. I would have to buy a digiscoping attachment, because you could mount a digiscope, and I could mount my Nikon right over here. Because at the moment I can mount with this contraption right over here. This is from Celestron. It's pretty cool. It just attaches to one eyepiece through this clamp, and you just put your phone right over, you clamp it into right over here. It goes through the one eyepiece. You can adjust the position. It's not the best because it's not intended for this, but the Swarovski one, it was not so good, so I didn't really like it. And I'm trying this one, but it's again not perfect. I'm really tempted to design and print a 3D print one for this need, but at this point, this is gonna do it. It's gonna be all right, not a biggie. But if you want, I can take this out, show something in the field on location. Just let me know in the comments if it's something you would like to, because yeah, I understand this is just a tabletop review. I just want to give you an idea of the size, on how it works. What can you expect from this kind of gear? And I have to say, I'm really impressed. This is a phenomenal spotting scope, if not the best on the market. So there you have it. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.